golfer. Why am I a golfer? Because golfers bend their ass out or something? Is that what's happening? I'm not entirely sure what the golfer aspect is. Marek, whoa, very cool, man. You're getting a little bit into the unique lands. Thanks, Freddie. I must say that it's getting a little ridiculous. Like, I'm looking forward to the fact that Chloe and my stint has come to an end here in this part of, well, our rent is approaching the end, and I'm very excited because we're going to get a new place because I hate our place. But also, I'm not coming back to this gym. I hate this gym. And majority of the machines I've now maxed out, like this one, is just, I'm struggling. So I'm looking forward to getting a new gym, make sure that it's got a bit more weight lying around so we can keep them growing. Segi! Guess who's back? The baddest of them all. The nastiest of them all. You get it, Segs. You know, you've maxed out everything, mate. From the office with love. Yeah, I could imagine Golds has got a great setup. Was that Venice or elsewhere, Freddie? What part of the world? Whoopa! Eight. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Ouchie mama, that feels so goddamn good. Wow, Andy, really, just What next, mate? You want length and girth size? Like, where is the limit here? But yes, I'm 32, but mate, 32. Don't hold back with these intimate questions. He lies a lot, Brody. Mentally 17. The maturity of a 17-year-old, correct, Ash? So Corbsy, how's the screenwriting going, mate? We still planning to be the next Hollywood scriptwriter? So only a couple of years off your age, yeah, Andy? We're about the same. I'm actually looking at tickets to flying back to Australia very soon, mate. Could be even in a week. Then afterwards the Philippines, and then afterwards back to Taiwan. So as I was looking at the tickets, and I was looking at cattle class, I was thinking, this is weird. Andy flies business. Why don't I fly business? Can't I fly business? I should be flying business. You need to fly business. Dude, it would make such a fucking difference in my life. I think it would be so game-changing because travel, the worst thing about traveling is the part where you're flying from A to B. The airports, the sitting in a plane, it's always misery. And it can be so miserable to the point where you're like, whether it's worth the trip. For example, I'm trying to determine whether it's worth flying back to Australia to see my own family, catch up with them, my animals and things who I miss dearly, because the flight and the time I can allocate there in Australia is about a week. I can spend about a week in Australia. I'm like, is it worth the pain, the agony of going through it? If you knew that the trip itself was enjoyable, hell yeah, it's worth it. And I could be like you, Andy. I could definitely make it tax deductible. I'm traveling to the stream.
Eleven, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Counting the days until I get to fly back to NYC from... Wait, you're planning on leaving Japan, Jayla? I keep getting people saying, God, how much they want to move to Asia. You want to get back to the States. my god, that's so funny. I always have to do it myself. When I'm saying I miss home, I'm always like, I miss my pets and my family. And then people are like, wow, Spoach, you're doing it in that order? But the thing is, it's easy for me to talk to my family on the phone. I need to hold my doggy. I completely understand, Jayla. I can connect with that. Emirates, business class. Getting picked up and taken to and from the airport. Jesus Christ, Auntie. Do you have to make me more depressed as it is? I'm literally looking at like a flight which would not include luggage besides carry-on, and I'm like, do you think I can survive? It will be like 3 weeks, like because I'm going to Australia, then to the Philippines, then back to Taiwan, and I'm like, can I just do carry-on and not pay for extra luggage? Have you ever done first, Andy? Like, especially in like Emirates or Singapore or Etihad, which are kind of all the best? Oh shit. Being on private jets, if that counts. Yeah, that kind of counts better. Private jet definitely counts as much better. Give us a review, mate. Do you recommend it? Do you recommend it for the plebs out there that we should really strive to fly private? Piston signal plenty. I don't know what that is. What's that, Jayla? Is that like just a little plane? I've done little aircrafts before. I've had friends who have owned like their own plane, and we've gone up. It doesn't really count. Hot Star XXL fried chicken. Hot Star XXL. I've never heard of it, Jingle Bells. Whereabouts is it? Is Hot Star the brand name? Because fried chicken's very popular here, but I've had it a number of times across different locations in Taiwan, and I generally find them very similar. So what's the difference between this one? Free, yeah, Andy, I must say, to fly free would definitely be fun. What the hell is that? What's over there? What's that? What's that thing? Look at her. Just posing around hoping that the YouTube people come and pick her up. She's probably been flirting with the YouTube guy saying, I'm moving on from this Twitch streamer guy. I want a real man. I want a YouTuber guy. Interesting Jingle Bells. Yeah, I never heard of it. I'll have to ask Chloe if she's heard of it. I must say it's very common for a lot of fried chicken places here to really claim that they're like the original and the best and stuff. You know, it's like how you go in New York City and it's like world famous coffee, world's best coffee, and you're like, wait a minute. How is there so much famous coffee in such a shitty city? So I'd be suspicious, but someone's got to be the original, I guess. Someone had to have started. Wait, do I still? Hold on, let me just. Do I want long or short here? Definitely short. Yeah, the original blah 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 pizza price. So true, Jayla. It's funny like this how coffee became such a trend. So fashionable. It's like, damn, just drink your fucking coffee and get you a little bit of adrenaline. Where are my YouTuber friends? No, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone. Off to edit their video, am I right? Wake. Fix it in post, exactly. Turn up the contrast, increase the HDR, make those muscles pop. Filters, filters, filters. Nothing but natty here, baby. Don't you worry, chat. You see it live. You see it live here. No fucking filters in here. Ah. Hey Andy, do you still rock climb? Like, is that a thing you still do, or you've moved on to just traveling around the world and flexing? Five. Eight. That's what it's called, focus, baby. Fresh, Andy. How much ad money are you getting from Samsung? What? Why? What happened? Is Samsung somewhere represented here? Finally, Chloe's gone. Exactly, Morris. Now you can come back. Do you avoid wearing gloves, or you just have? Anthony, I used to gym with gloves for a good quarter of my career. Took place with gloves when I began. I am not a glove hater in the slightest. I think people get so egotistical about what you should and shouldn't have in the gym. I say fuck it, just do whatever gets you in the gym. If you like wearing gloves, wear it. So I've done both, but over the years, I've tried stuff and then realized, I don't really enjoy this as much. So for example, straps, very common thing that people wear for such exercises, like back exercises, like what I'm doing right now is lat pull down. People often wear straps because they find their grip weak. The problem is, if you are trying to fix your weak grip, but when you're not fixing it, essentially you're just distributing the pressure elsewhere onto a strap. You're never improving your grip. You'll forever have a weak grip. So I think it's better to train at a lighter weight and strengthen your grip until you can pull up heavier weight. So I have a very strong grip just due to the fact that I haven't used straps very much in my career, while I know so many people who are like lifting shitty ass weak weights, but they're strapping up because they just don't have no finger strength. The same sort of gloves, I find that the gloves help mitigate the pain of lifting heavy weights. Sure, it helps mitigate the pain of pulling and pushing and stuff, but for me, I really like pushing through things to the point where I adapt to it. So I've adapted to the pain, I don't care about it anymore. But each their own. If you want your soft, supple, sensual hands, so your partner or many partners like you stroking the body, I do understand that. Personally, I do not want some callous hand, like sandpaper upon my body. So if I had the choice, I would have a person with soft, supple hands. Loopy. Chloe likes those rough farmer hands. The thing is, you get the calluses and all that because your body is not used to it, essentially, right? Your body is not adapted to it. You're tearing your soft skin, and usually, if you're getting like calluses and things, I find that you're just not holding something correctly. Now, sure, of course, you can get to a certain weight where it's just inevitable that it's going to cause such things, but I barely have calluses. Like, I have just little ones, just little calluses, but no like torn skin, nothing gross. And yet I train as much as pro athletes. I'm training 6 days a week, at least 2 hours in the gym, and yet I'm still not dealing with these kind of side effects. So I think it's totally doable to train consistently with big weights and still not have those side effects. Just like learning guitar, exactly. You know some. That's the key. That's the key, mate. Talk like you know. JJ, what's going on, legend? Should we move into the, let's move into the fitness category. Let's take over, baby. Fitness gang, fitness gang. Ah, home sweet home. Yeah, absolutely, Morris, mate. Whatever gets you off, mate. If you're kinky like that, sure, man. I know you're a little kinky. I know you nasty boy. You don't need to convince me, mate. Mate, we're spanking up back. Absolutely spanking it. Evan. Evan. Well, right there. Yeah, like, I'm definitely going higher now. Like, I'm really starting to cook out. I'm doing a lot more drop sets lately, and I'm loving it. Like just drop sets and all that is so fun because they give like a phenomenal pump, just like an outrageous pump. Let's move the equipment, peeps. Reserve this spot. This is our spot now. Let's move some of the equipment around. What flights? What flights do you book for me, mate? I'm excited. Russell, Sir Giga Chad. It's not Russell, believe it or not. Let me just make sure this angle's right. Russell, never fear, mate. I'm here. I'm here for you, buddy. I'm back. I didn't leave you for too long. Usually I always wake up at the last minute. Six, 7, 8. A boy, good God. That's the last thing we need, Ryan. Another power lifter in this world. God, more competition for me. Sweet Lord Jesus, bro. Congratulations, Ryan, man. That's phenomenal. Future Eddie Hall, and hopefully he's more respectable and not as much of a dickhead as Eddie. I have no doubt, Ryan. Mate, congrats, that's awesome. Congrats, man. When I was staying in Japan, because it was actually cheap to fly to Taiwan than domestically. Isn't that funny? Isn't that hilarious how that happens? Mate, to get from my farm within the same state of Australia, from my farm to fly to the capital city within its state, which is Sydney, is around 400 USD, give or take. Around 400 USD. For 400 USD from Taiwan, I could fly to like Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand. It's sickening. It's sickening. What are you talking about, Noel? I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Who's? Thinking of going to Taiwan in summer. Where are the best places to avoid Spoachie? Sorry, mate. Sorry, dude. I'm everywhere. You already know. You already know. If you're in Taiwan, I will find you. I will spoach all over you, Russell. Yeah, sorry, mate. That's the way it is. Pretty much the same as to fly within the country here in Little Norway. The thing is, like in Europe, you can get such cheap flights that just go between the countries. That's what's crazy. It's like how cheap you can get these little airlines to fly between the countries. You wanted the... Yeah, my family wanted me there. It's an odd conclusion to immediately assume funeral, but yeah. Yeah, I was just speaking to my family. They wanted me to come back over to do some things. Pretty much the same price to fly. Over $4,400 to fly from where Oslo. How is that odd? To assume a funeral? I mean, I would have thought that's an odd thing to just assume. It's the character of more competition for funerals. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. that's the reason why Australia is just struggles so much, because it's so far away. So it doesn't have that many competing brands, especially internal within the country. Within the country, it's pretty much just Qantas, which dominates like everywhere, which is the Australian brand. As a result, they get to set their price. And then you're fucked. They just have a monopoly over everything. Hey, your nipple being me here. I assume bring me here. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you. Oh, sweet Lord Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God. Where's my girl? God damn. That's nasty. One more here, then we move on. It could be good news, Noel. It could be good news. It could be good things happening. Who knows? Okay. Queen, never fear. Never fear. You're all right in my books, Queen. There's much thirstier out there. Much thirstier out there. Yo, Kuchi, what's going on, legend? Had an overhead press. Showing if I lost muscle. Jamsy, don't overthink it, mate. It happens to the best of us. Some days we're just in that zone where we can push out big boy weights. And then other days you'll be like weak as fuck and you'll be like, what the hell's going on? Have I lost everything? It goes up and down. And the same with like, sometimes you just look a little bit more pumped up. It may just be some of the foods you had or the way you slept just makes you glow on a good sleep day and you look like shit on a day where you had terrible sleep. So don't think about it from a day-to-day basis. You need to assess over months upon months. In the zone, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you for ages. Hey, are you still streaming? Am I just not catching your streams anymore? Yeah. Right. Oof. X. F. Oh, good man in the zone. Sorry, man. I just haven't been able to cross paths with you for a little bitty. I'm very happy to hear you're still grinding, being consistent. Burning the remains of that burger. Something like that. Something like that. It's just too easy, baby. Finally, the gym clears out. Can you lift me up at the gym? I don't know, how much do you weigh? Do you know how much you weigh? You finished. I barely started.
I'm going to do some abs.
Abs? I want to hit abs. I'm a fatty bumba.
I know.
I'm like got so much fat. You can't ask a girl how much they weigh.
That's very true. Wise words.
How
How much do you weigh? Oh, sorry. You can't ask a girl how much they weigh.
Someone actually, Andy already made that joke. That's weird.
Oh.
He said, Spoach, how much do you weigh? I know I shouldn't ask a girl that question or something like that. What the hell?
That means we have we share that's like a common
You're one of
thing.
Andy's daughters, because he has like 20 daughters. Maybe you're one of them, because he seems to have kids all around the world.
I'm one of the daughters.
He's like Genghis Khan of New Zealand.
I'm going to do leg raise. Okay.
I'm very impressed. Caroline goes, Chloe! You know, there's a few cheeky things. I know that generally people say that, but actually, I get away with it now, believe it or not. I've said many things where people go, oh, usually you wouldn't, but I've chatted with girls in the gym before we had to start a conversation, and I'll just be like, what's your body fat percentage? How much are you lifting at the moment? Blah, 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 blah. Never had an issue. I think it's because I'm so into fitness that they understand it's coming from more like a professional point of view. He probably does one arm Chloe shoulder presses. Jesus, mate. I'm not up to that weight yet. That's a whole nother level. Oh, is that cable machine available? If there's a cable machine available, I might quickly make a run for it. Give me that cable machine, baby. It's weird how this gym was so busy and then it's completely emptied out. What a weird, like, why was it so packed out for a moment? Yeah, no, it's not 1958 anymore. The exact date where you couldn't ask women questions. Just do a quick test here. mix it up a little bit. I'm going to go high to low to blah, blah, blah. The whole shebang. We're doing the whole circus today. You try to put pants on. I do say yuck when they kiss in front of me. It's clearly a joke. Don't think he's that sensitive. Interesting. Was she like seeing him earlier? Because for example, I've had girlfriends before. I mean, like, let's say Chloe's girlfriend. I'm trying to think of it as Chloe's a good example. Yeah, like for example, people in Chloe's life, like when I started sort of seeing her, we weren't fully dating, but we were seeing each other. They were saying, don't do it. He's a fuckboy. Don't do it. He's just going to like bang you, then run. And then we would become an official relationship where now I know those people and we meet up with them often, so I know what they used to think of me. Were you one of those girls and your girlfriend's here, like, don't do it, he's a player or something, and now they're in a relationship? Because if you think that you said something private to your girlfriend, it's never private. Nothing's private. No matter how good of a friend you are, once a person starts dating someone, everything you say to them goes through. Give me a second, people. I need to finish this before I can respond. Oh shit, that's way too heavy. God damn. You know, heavy as fuck. And now down low. We keep them going, just keep them going. Most people stop, but we don't, fuckers. We keep them going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Hold on one second, my dear. Hey. Oh. Ah. Fuck. Because I'm being bad. too arched over. Needs,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you can be my personal trainer, stand there and inspire me to lift heavy weights.
And how many exercises do you have left? I'll hop on a cardio machine.
Okay, you do that. I'll be a little bit. I still want at least 20 minutes of just grinding away, but if you're really done, we can continue on. So you do what?
Step machine maybe?
Sounds good, sunshine. Okay. What did Banger say? You need to help me just get as jacked as possible. I just found out the woman I have a crush on has a husband. I need to become cool and rich like you. So
I probably will get the cool part, but the rich part,
shut your mouth.
I'll make it differ.
He thinks I'm rich like you, so I can steal her from her husband, although she's like 16 years older than me, and the Prime Minister of Iceland. I assume he also wants to be Prime Minister. Okay. I respect that a lot, mate. I respect it a lot. First of all, don't you dare start thinking that you're going to have an affair. I have no respect for affairs, but you can absolutely become such a fucking giga chad that she's like, you know what? My lazy ass husband who can't even get it hard for me, and this Banger guy, it makes me hot, heats me up. I'm going to divorce this asshole and move in with Banger. So I respect that. I respect that. I too used to have a crush on a woman who was like 10 years my senior, and holy moly, that was the ultimate motivation. I have never gymmed so hard in my fucking life. Good God. And she was like a multi-millionaire, and she had a partner, and I was like, I'll show this guy. I'll grind so fucking hard. Anyway, didn't work. Long story short, it didn't work. Although kind of did. I think she really wanted it because she gave me her number. We got talking, she gave me her number and said I could take, she offered to take me out on her private boat. That's right, she owned a boat, badass. And she said we should go for a boat ride sometime. And I was like, she didn't say and her partner. Is she inviting me out on a boat? Maybe that's where it'll take place.
But why didn't you go?
Surprisingly, unfortunately, it all started to take place. Like us, I'd known her for a few months in the gym. And at that point I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do everything I can to win her over. But she had a partner, so I had to play it sort of kind of cool. And then I was actually already initiated the process of Taiwan at that point. This is before I knew Chloe, by the way. So, sort of. Yeah, it was long before I knew Chloe. I was living in Sydney. And so I had already thought about moving to like China or Taiwan before COVID as well. And so I had started those plans. So anyway, such is life, and I end up with Chloe.
What a misery. Why do you...
Hotter and badder and substantially richer if she gets her parents' money.
What are you talking about?
Please.
You're an idiot. You're an absolutely idiot.
I can come and sail on my... Oh, Jayla, thank you so much.
Oh, that sounds fun. I got a friend who also has a yacht.
Boats, yeah, I've never been part of the boat scene. I think I suit the boat scene though, because boat scene equals usually less clothing, wet bodies. Usually you want fit bodies in a boat, so there's a higher chance that there's like a lot of fit people half naked. I like the boat scene. I think I could fit in the boat scene. I'd wear boat shoes, little Speedo.
I don't think they wear Speedo on a boat.
Yeah, what do rich people wear? Kind of rich people shit. I'll need to work it out. Fuck me, if you're going to choose someone famous to go for, don't go for the PM of Iceland. She's not even hot. Speedo and boat shoes?
What?
Yeah, that's actually kind of giga chat if you think about it. Only a person who's like fully confident in their body could rock out Speedos and boat shoes. That is true, Kara. That is usually a sign. Because they're so rich, they know they don't need to work out because they'll still get laid.
Exactly.
But I'm going with like rich pro sports
you're,
star.
You're more like a playboy.
I would love to be a toy boy. Are you kidding me?
I don't think you can be the rich person, but I can totally see you as a toy boy.
Yeah, like in like Bling Dynasty or whatever it's called,
Bling
Empire. Didn't they a lot of those rich chicks had like toy boys around? Remember like at the final season, maybe the first one or something? I only saw it for like 10 seconds because you were watching. Remember like one of the hot Asian shells, like she had like a male white model kind of rock up, and he's like standing at the door, and she's like, oh.
But that's not a toy boy. That's her boyfriend.
She's like 40 and he's like 16.
Confirmed. Spoachie is an idiot. Confirmed. I'm going to do my comment.
Full on fungus boy will go so close. Wait, what the hell's a fungus boy? I don't know what a fungus boy is. Sounds gross. I guess you usually sockless on boat shoes. Jayla, give me the tips. Boat shoe people. Do you wear socks? I think it's kind of a sockless kind of thing, isn't it? Depends, Spurs. Depends on your experience. If you're new, I would say maximum 1 hour. And then if you've had a number of years of training, well, sky's the limit. And by new, I count anyone who's 3 years into their training or under as a beginner. Meaning if you're on your third year, you're still essentially a beginner in my eyes.